Hello, in this lecture we will find the radius of a circle. In the drawing we have a circle and inside the circle we have a rectangle and the center of this circle is at point O, and this segment line is 6 units and this segment line is 3 units, and we want to find out the radius of this circle. First of all, we will name this point M. So actually line segment CM equals to 6 units. Line segment CM equals to 6 units, and we will define this point as point N. So actually line segment AN equals to 3 units, and then we will name the line segment OM as Y. Line segment OM is defined as Y, or OM equals to Y, and the line segment OM will be defined as X. Okay. Actually OC is the radius of this circle because of the fact that it starts from the center of the circle. Line segment OC starts from point O, that is the center of the circle, and ends at point C, that is a point on the circle itself. For that reason, line segment OC is the radius of this circle, and also line segment OA is also the radius of this circle because of the fact that it starts from point O, that is the center of the circle, and ends at point A, that is a point on the circle itself. For that reason, line segment OA is the radius of this circle. So because of the fact that both those segments OC and OA are the radiuses of this circle, therefore they are equal to each other. Okay, so we can write down the first equation. The first equation that states that line segment OC equals to line segment OA. Again, line segment OC equals to line segment OA. This is our first equation that states that line segment OC equals to line segment OA. Okay, but as you can see from the drawing, line segment OC equals to the radius of the circle, but it also equals to Y plus 6. Okay, line segment OC equals to Y plus 6. So we can substitute OC this equation in this equality by Y plus 6, because OC equals to Y plus 6, and the line segment OA is equals to the radius of this circle, but it also equals to X plus 3. Okay, line segment OA equals to X plus 3. So we can substitute OA in the first equation by X plus 3, because OA equals to X plus 3. So we actually can subtract from the first equation that states that y plus 6 equals to x plus 3. We can subtract 6 from equation number 1. So we actually subtracted 6 from equation number 1. Y plus 6 minus 6 equals to y, and x plus 3 minus 6 equals to x minus 3. X plus 3 minus 6 equals to x minus 3. Okay, so actually we got in the first equation that y equals to x minus 3. Okay, y equals to x minus 3. But as I've already told you that actually this is ONBM is a rectangle. So for that reason, this side of the rectangle equals to this side of the rectangle, because in any rectangle the parallel sides are equal to each other. So if this side OM equals to y, then this side also equals to y. Okay, so I write it BN equals to y, but from this first equation we know that y equals to x minus 3. So we can add here that y equals to x minus 3. Okay, and actually line segment OB is also the radius of this circle, because of the fact that line segment OB starts from point O, that is the center of this circle, and ends at point B, that is the point of the circle itself. For that reason, line segment OB is the radius of this circle. Any line segment that starts from the center of a circle and ends at any point on the circle itself is defined as a radius. And line segment OB satisfy the definition of a radius of a circle, because it starts from the center of the circle and ends at point B, that is a point on the circle itself. For that reason, line segment OB equals to the radius of this circle. Okay, but line segment OA is also the radius of this circle. Again, line segment OA is also the radius of this circle, and it equals to x plus 3. So line segment OA, that is the radius of this circle, equals to x plus 3. So OB, that is also the radius of this circle, will be also equal to x plus 3. Okay, so OB also will be equal to x plus 3, because it is also the radius of this circle. Okay, so as you already know, all the angles inside the rectangle equals to 90 degrees. So angle ONB is also 90 degrees. So for that reason, triangle ONB is a right triangle. Okay, triangle ONB is a right triangle. So we actually can use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find out the value of x. We have one side of the right triangle equals to x, the other side equals to x minus 3, and the hypotenuse of this right triangle, that is also the radius of this circle is equals to x plus 3. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find out the value of x. As you already know, the Pythagorean theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars. That is to say, that will be our second equation. The square of the hypotenuse is OB square equals to the sum of the square of the perpendiculars equals to ON square plus BN square. Okay, the square of the hypotenuse equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars. That is to say, OB square equals to ON square plus BN square. Okay, so according to the Pythagorean theorem, we have the second equation that states that the square of the hypotenuse, that is OB square, equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars. That is to say, equals to ON square plus BN square. Okay, but we know that OB equals to x plus 3. ON equals to x. ON equals to x, and BN equals to x minus 3. Again, OB equals to x plus 3, ON equals to x, and BN equals to x minus 3. So we can substitute OB by x plus 3, we can substitute ON by x, and we can substitute BN by x minus 3. Okay, so we'll do it now. So we got that x plus 3 square equals to x square plus x minus 3 square. Okay, because we substituted OB by x plus 3, we substituted NO by x, and we substituted BN by x minus 3. Okay, now we open the brackets in this equation number 2. So we actually opened the brackets in this equation. X plus 3 squared equals to x squared plus 9 plus 6x according to the formula that a plus b squared equals to a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. And in our equation, x equals to a and b equals to 3. Okay, so actually a square is x square, b square is 3 square is 9, and 2ab is 2 times x 2 times x times 3 is 6x. Okay, and then we copied x square here, and x minus 3 square equals to x square plus 9 minus 6x according to the formula that a minus b square equals to a square plus b square minus 2 times ab, when a equals to x and b equals to 3. Okay, so a square is x square, b square is 3 square, so it is 9, and 2 times ab is 2 times x times minus 2 times ab is minus 2 times x times 3 is minus 6x. Okay, so here we have x squared in both sides of the equation, so x squared is cancelled, and we have 9 in both sides of the equation, so 9 is also cancelled. So we left only with okay, so in this side of the equation only 6x left, and in this side of the equation we have x squared plus minus 6x, x squared minus 6x. Okay, now we'll subtract 6x from this equation. So we subtracted 6x from this equation. 6x minus 6x is 0, and x minus 6x minus 6x is actually x squared minus 12x, because 6x minus 6x minus 6x is minus 12x, so in total we got that in this side of the equation we have x squared minus 12x. So we have this equation number 2. Now we will take a common factor x out of equation number 2. Again, we will take a common factor x out of equation number 2. So actually here we took a common factor x out of this equation. We got that 0 equals to x times x minus 12. Actually we have two solutions to this equation. The first solution, x equals to 0, is impossible because x is the side of the rectangle and it can never be 0. It must be a positive number. So the first solution to this equation, that x equals to 0, is not correct. And we have the second solution, that x minus 12 equals to 0. So I'll write it down. X minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, x minus 12 equals to 0, so we'll add 12 to equation number 2 and we'll get that x equals to 12 units. So the answer is that x equals to 12 units. But we want to find out the radius of this circle, and the radius of this circle equals to x plus 3. So the radius of this circle will be equal to x plus 3. It equals to x equals to 12 units plus 3. 12 plus 3 equals to 15, or the radius of the circle equals to 15 units. Okay, as I've already told you, the radius of this circle equals to x plus 3. And we now found out that x equals to 12, so the radius of the circle is 12 plus 3, because the 12 plus 3 is 15, so the radius of this circle is 15 units. Okay, now I will summarize the lecture. Actually we wanted to find out the radius of this circle. Inside the circle we have a rectangle, and the center of this circle is at point O. This line segment equals to 6 units, and this line segment equals to 3 units. We defined this point as M, and this point we defined as M, and this point we defined as N. So line segment MC equals to 6 units, and line segment AN equals to 3 units. And we also defined line segment OM as Y. OM equals to Y, and we defined line segment ON as X. So ON equals to X. Okay, so actually line segment OC is the radius of this circle because of the fact that it starts from the center of the circle, that is to say from point O, and ends at point C, that is a point on the circle itself. For that reason, line segment OC is the center of this circle, and line segment OC is the radius of this circle. And also line segment OA is the radius of this circle for the same reasons, because it starts from point O, that is the center of the circle, and ends at point A, that is a point on the circle itself. So for that reason, line segment OA is the radius of this circle. So because of the fact that both line segments OC and OA are the radiuses of this circle, they of course are equal to each other, so we can rewrote our first equation that states that line segment OC equals to line segment OA because both of them are radiuses of this circle. Okay, but we know that OC equals to y plus 6. So we can substitute OC by y plus 6. And we know that OA, that is the radius of the circle, equals to x plus 3. So we can substitute OA by x plus 3. Okay, so we got in the first equation that y plus 6 equals to x plus 3. We subtracted 6 from equation number 1 and we got that y equals to x minus 3. Okay, y equals to x minus 3. And in a rectangle, the parallel sides are equal to each other. So if side OM of the rectangle equals to y, side PN of the rectangle also will be equal to y. But y equals to x minus 3, so we can add here that y equals to x minus 3, and actually all the angles in a rectangle equals to 90 degrees, so angle ONB in the rectangle OMBN equals to 90 degrees. Okay, and actually line segment OB is also the radius of this circle because of the fact that it starts from point O and ends at point B, that is the point on the circle itself. For that reason, line segment OB is the radius of this circle, but OA is also the radius and equals to x plus 3. So OB, that is also the radius, will be equal also to x plus 3 because both of those line segment OA and OB are the radiuses of this circle. For that reason, they are equal to each other. So if OA equals to x plus 3, OB will be equal also to x plus 3. Okay, so in the right triangle, the blue right triangle, we know that side ON equals to x, side BN equals to x minus 3, and the hypotenuse of the right green triangle equals to x plus 3. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find out the value of x. And the Pythagorean theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse equals to the sum of the squares of the perpendiculars. That is to say, OB square equals to ON square plus BN square. Okay, so, according to the Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse, that is to say OB square, equals to the sum of the square of the perpendiculars, that is to say equals to ON square plus BN square. But we know that OB equals to x plus 3, ON equals to x, and BN equals to x minus 3. So we can substitute OB by x plus 3 in the second equation. We can substitute NO by x, and we can substitute BN in this second equation by x minus 3. So we substituted those variables, and we got that x plus 3 square equals to x square plus x minus 3 square. We solved this simple equation and we got to the final result that x equals to 12 units. Okay, so x equals to 12 units, but actually the radius of this circle equals to x plus 3. So the radius of this circle will be x plus 3, that is to say x equals to 12. So it is 12 plus 3, that is to say the radius of this circle equals to 15 units. Okay? Thank you very much.